Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome. It is 9 o'clock. Michael here from Bryn Mawr Quilts. I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to log in, and then we'll jump in and get started. Okay. Good morning, everyone. I hope everybody's out here. I'm just going to give it a few more minutes and let everybody kind of, get in. Please, if you're here, comment where you're from and who you are so I know who I'm talking to. Welcome to our beautiful Inspired by Color group. I'm so looking forward to this today. I'm going to do a walkthrough. Good morning, Connie. How are you? I'm trying to set it up on my computer too so I can see the comments as they come in, but I'm having some technical difficulties, but at least I could see them here. I hope your morning's going well. There you go. I was just going to say, everybody who's logged in, if you type in birthday, I am going to be raffling off this beautiful layer cake from Mac Hour in Andover. It's called Petite Fleur. And here, let me put it down for a minute so you can kind of see how beautiful this thing is. Look at all these beautiful prints. It has some pretty blues in it. It goes all the way through darks and lights. Look at that. Look at that gingham. Isn't that gorgeous? And then there's some more beautiful blues and some pinks and creams. It goes into like these beautiful like pea green. It's just such a pretty line. And I'm so excited that I got this in the shop. So I wanted to raffle off one today for everybody. I hope you like it. So that's it. I'll show it again in a little bit once more people kind of log in. Oh my gosh. I know. So here's the deal. I didn't know that it was supposed to snow until yesterday. So we got an update through our Doppler system at work because I'm an inspector for the city of Chicago and I do like street inspections. So when they sent us our update, they're like, be careful out there. We're supposed to get snow. Chicago just started snowing now, and it's not supposed to stop until noon tomorrow. So that is just absolutely insane. I cannot believe how much snow we're supposed to get. They're talking like 24 to 30 inches, which is absolutely insane in some parts. So I know it's crazy. But I hope you stay warm, Connie, getting going. It's my birthday today, so that's why I'm doing the little giveaway. I'm excited. 43 years old. Oh my God, I feel so old. And I know that's not old, but I do. I feel old. Oh man. So far, Connie, you're the only one on, which is fine, but I'm going to give it a few more minutes and then we'll just jump in. If you have any questions for me, please feel free. I have it all set up and ready to go. so I can show everybody. Hey, Cassandra, welcome. Yeah, no snow. I get it. Thank you so much, Connie. I appreciate it. Don't forget to type in birthday to in the comments so you have a chance to win this beautiful layer cake. Here, let me show you the back of it too, so you can kind of get the full on effect of like the colors. It's absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to show you what I'm making with this. That'll be coming soon. And I'll post those in my socials. So, you know, one of the things I would like to mention, birthday, it was really hard to find the live and get in. Oh, really? Okay, so if you go to the Inspired by Color page, it should automatically open up. I don't know what's going on. That's weird. I'm wondering. Let me see on my computer. Since we still have a few minutes, there's just 2 of us logged in. So let me see what's happening here. Let me click events, media. Birthday, it's really hard. It shows the green dot that you are live, but there wasn't a link or anything. Oh, that is so odd. Let me see what's going on. Oh, it shows that I'm live. So if you do go to my page and you click on... Oh, there wasn't a link or anything. Oh, that is so odd. Okay, hold on here. Let me turn off my volume. Oh, all right, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to post this in the main page so people can see it, because I can see now like where the delay is, but it's on here. Because if you go to my page, it'll say live around my name. And if you click on the name Bryn Mawr Quilts, it should, you know, it should do it. View, share, post. Here we go. Let me see, copying the link. And then I'm gonna go here. Yeah, it should have automatically like popped up. You know, sometimes technology isn't always the best, right? Let's see if that worked. Welcome, Lori. Lorraine. Welcome, Lorraine. Welcome, Lori. I appreciate you all being here. I guess they're having a hard time finding the link for some reason. That's so weird. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. Here. I apologize for the technical difficulties. Let me see if I could... Why it's not allowing me to share this. This is so weird. I might have to log off and log back in and go live. Because I'm getting a bunch of private messages saying that they can't get in. Click on my name. Bring you to the live. Okay. Hey, Pam. Welcome. This is so weird. And I'm not going to, so in order to win this, let's just say this. If we're still having technical difficulties, you can access the video at any time, okay? So I'm not going to pull the winner for this until after 5 o'clock. So even if it's after the live, you could go in and write birthday and it will allow you to, you know, to still enter the contest. So it was something that I wanted to do for my birthday, you know, give everybody a little chance. Hey, Cindy, welcome. You know, I just got this line in my online store, and I fell in love with it when it came out. You can't see me waving, but I am. Thank you. Sorry, I'm ADHD, like in full-blown measures today. So yeah, so I just got this line in to my mobile shop. I haven't posted it yet on my Etsy page. I did drop a link there, so you'll be able to see what I have. I'm still waiting on the rest of the order. All that came in so far was my layer cakes, but it's absolutely beautiful. Let me do like this. I'm going to lower this right now, and I'm going to kind of show you all what it looks like, because it really is beautiful. It has all these beautiful tones. It has a blue. Maybe this is easier. There we go. These beautiful blue tones, and then it fades to darker. And like one of my favorite prints in here is this gingham. Look at how tiny that is. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? Mackauer did a really good job on this line. It's available now in shops. You just have to find a place that sells Andover. Hopefully your shop does, your local shop. And if it doesn't, please let me know. Reach out to me privately so we can get a rep at your store. You know, I mean, so many of us love to work with Andover, but it's really hard to find in certain shops. So I am on a mission to make sure that Andover is in every shop in America. Look at that print. Isn't that darling? And these are the pinks. And then it has a lighter version of it. And then it fades into like the dark reds, or like strawberry red, which I absolutely adore. And then it fades into this. So this is one of my favorite greens. It's almost like pea green. I mean, look at that. It's so antique and so gorgeous. And each one of these comes with a really beautiful gingham. Look at that. Oh, I just love it. And then it fades into like a deep gray green, which is so pretty. And then yellows. If I could flip it. And when it has a little stripe in the line, which is really great. There's the yellows. Look at that. Oh, lovely, 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 lovely. All right. So it's very romantic. It's very beautiful. It's super, super, you know, it's something that you could really work with and just have it in a line, and it will make a beautiful quilt. Whether it's something that's like softer for spring or even a baby quilt. Like I could totally see it done in a baby quilt because the palette is so pretty. So, all right. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to jump right in and we're going to start. So thank you so much for tuning in today. Welcome to the first block of Inspired by Color Sew Along. I would love to thank everybody for joining me on this color theory journey. I hope so far you have gotten a lot out of it. I know that there's a little bit of growing pains and hiccups with the download and the pattern. But we're working it out. We're working it out as we go. And I feel like other than me being blocked for a week, for whatever the reason was, I have been able to contact you and answer as many questions as possible. So thank you for your patience, and thank you for allowing me to bring this to you, because this was a labor of love, and I'm really excited to do this sew along with you. If you see the quilt behind me, this is one of my newest quilts that was published in American Patchwork and Quilting. The reason why it's behind me is because I actually have to take it to the Robert Sewing Center because I'm going to be teaching it later in the spring. I don't have my quilt with me because it's at the long armor. So hopefully by next month, you will be able to see the quilt moving forward in any video that we have. It is being quilted as we speak. Mine is done. I wanted to work ahead of you all so you can kind of see it. It turned out gorgeous, and I can't wait to show you with the finished product. So, all right, so pink. I love pink. Pink is one of my favorite colors, is why the reason I chose it for the first block of this sewing series. I think pink is one of those very versatile colors, and it can go more purple, it can go more red. It has that sweet spot with the soft pinks, which is kind of where I love to live, or like the maroons, as you can see. So I am going to jump right in. What I'm going to do is I am going to operate kind of like how Sewing Parts Online does. I'm not going to be actually sewing at the sewing machine unless requested. There might be a few of the blocks that I will show you because the technique will require it. But I've taken it down to its basic structure, and I have set up steps. So that's what I'm going to be showing you today. So we're going to start with the corner units, which is the outer left and right and the bottom outer left and right. Okay. So I'm going to lower this so you guys can see the cutting board, and we're going to jump in, okay? So in your pattern, hold on, let me grab it to make sure I give you all of your measurements correctly. Ugh. Excuse me, I had to go off camera for a minute. Here we are. Okay. All right, I'm back. All righty. So when you are cutting your units, you're going to go through your A, B, C, and D, right? And so for our corner units, you were supposed to cut a 3-inch square, and then you were going to draw a line corner to corner after you put them right sides together, which it's going to be your medium fabric. This one was mine. I did that medium little elephant from the 30s. It's a beautiful print. And that is your C fabric. No, my apologies. It's your B fabric. So you're going to place your A, your 3-inch A fabric and your B 3-inch fabric right sides together, and you're going to draw a line on your background fabric, corner to corner. And then you're going to sew a 1/4 inch on both sides of this, okay? So then what you're going to do is you're going to take that, and then on that line, you're going to trim down the line, giving you 2 half square triangles. And at this point, you need to trim these up to 2.5 inches, okay? I use the Clearly Perfect slotted trimmer. I have placed the link in here for you guys to get this. These are miracle workers. I absolutely love these little tools because they work so well and they give you an accurate cut every time. So what I like to do is you're going to lay this at your 2.5 inch line. So they have a dotted line here and the edge line. So you're going to put their sew line, which is the dotted line, on your sew line, and then you're going to trim around it like that. And then there's these little like notches that are in the template that you use to cut it. And then look at it, we had like this little bit of waste. There was like nothing to it. All right, I'm going to do the second one to show you again. Again, my sew line on their sew line. Like that. And then if you cut it right, which this takes all the guesswork out, you end up with a 2.5 inch half square triangle, which I have right here. Okay. So now you're going to take your 2.5 inch B fabric and 2 of your 2.5 inch A fabrics, and then 1 of your half square triangles. And you're going to lay it out like this. Top left corner is your half your half square triangle. Then you're going to put your 2.5 inch square right next to it, to the right of it. And then bottom left, your A fabric, 2.5 inches. And then your B fabric, that's 2.5 inches. You're going to place these right sides together like that. And then you're going to sew 1/4 inch all the way down. And then you're going to press these units in opposite directions so they nest later. And then you're going to sew them together. And then you end up with your corner units. Okay? Can everybody see that? This is the unit that you end up with. You need to make 4 of these. Okay? This is a beautiful, easy part of the block. I would say that the hardest part of this block would be your star points, but I'm going to take you through that right now. I hope everybody could see that. All right. All right, so now we're going to jump into our center, okay? So we have our B fabric again, which is a 4.5 inch square. And then you have 4 2.5 inches, which you're going to draw a line corner to corner, like that. So what you want to do is you want to lay these on here in opposite corners. You're going to start with these 2, like that. And you're going to sew on the line, just like that. And so your unit looks like this. See, I sewed on the line. Then you're going to take that and you're going to trim 1/4 inch to the outside, just like this. And then you're going to press to the outside. I don't know if everybody else is using white, and they always tell you press towards the dark. Sometimes that doesn't work, okay? That's why I do what actually makes the block fit the best. And in my experience, when you press these smaller triangles to the outside, there's less chance of distortion of your actual center, okay? So then once those are pressed out of the way, you're going to add the next 2 pieces like that to the opposite corners. You're going to sew on the line each way, okay? And then you're going to trim 1/4 inch to the outside, and then you end up with your center diamond. This unit should be 4.5. All of these units should measure 4.5 unfinished. So that's what you're going to do, okay? Now I'm going to show you how to make your star legs. You are going to take these 2 units, which is your A and your C. They're 5.5 inches. And then I put them right sides together. Let me do that actually, because that works. This is not in the instructions. This is just the way that I work. I didn't add this only because everybody likes to do it their own way. This just makes more sense for me. So what I like to do is I'll take that 5.5 inch and then I will cut diagonally corner to corner. Like that. And like this. All right. And so now what you want to do is you want to take these units and you want to sew 1/4 inch all the way down, making sure that your C fabric is on the top, okay? So this is what I did. I sewed 1/4 inch all the way down on all 4. And then I pressed towards the C fabric, okay? Pressed to one side. Then I took my D fabric, which is 5 inches, and then I cut that diagonally in one direction, and you ended up with 2. So you're going to need 2 of these, and you need to cut them in half. So you end up with 4 pieces, okay? So then what you're going to do is you're going to take this unit and this unit, and you're going to put them right sides together. You're going to sew 1/4 inch all the way down. And then what you're going to do is we're going to trim this to 4.5, okay? This one is a little bit different. With this, I don't know if you could see, there's a center line. You want to lay that center line on your stitch line that goes vertically, and then lay your stitch line from your 4.5 inch on your stitch line. So you line it up like that, and we trim. And then we're gonna cut out those little notches, just like that. And then you're going to press towards your D fabric. And then you end up with that. Super easy. I feel like this block it comes together fairly quickly, you know? And then what you're gonna do is you're going to lay it out like this. Left corner, right corner, bottom right corner, bottom left corner. These are going to go like that. You have top middle, top side, top bottom, top side. Just like this. Okay? And then you end up with your block. You're going to sew all of the top row together, and then I like to press in opposite directions. Because there's a little bit of bulk in these points, I pressed my middle unit to the outside, and I pressed my top unit to the inside. So then when I sewed the rows together, they nested perfectly. And then I didn't end up with any bulk in these corners, because you do have this little point here in these 4 corners. So that's how I did it. But again, you sew exactly what makes sense to your brain and allows you to be part of this, okay? I hope that was helpful. All right. I am going to push this up right now, and then we're just going to have a conversation. How is everybody today? Please make sure that you type birthday in the comments so you all could win this beautiful, beautiful layer cake from Andover. It's absolutely gorgeous. You can see, look at these beautiful colors. I'm really excited to bring this to you. So let's talk. We have a lot of time here. Let's cover some things. Does anybody have any questions for me? I'll let everybody kind of file in. Thank you, Cindy. The fabric is very romantic. Yes. You too, Deb. Thank you so much. I hope everybody is getting what they need out of this. I know that it's a Friday and there's a bunch of people that had to work, but they'll be able to come back and see the, you know. Oh, thank you, Cindy. I'm glad that you like that. I thought this was so much easier because I don't have a proper studio to film in. I'm doing it through my, you know, just like the kids do. So eventually I will have that where like kind of Missouri Star will be able to pan in on my sewing machine when you could see. So I wanted to make sure that this was as successful as possible. And I know that they do this on the Sewing Parts Online. He does an amazing job and it's very easy to understand. So yeah. So what does everybody else have today? What's going on? Does anybody have any questions about like what's next? Like what we're gonna jump into? I could actually show it to you if you would like. So this is the next block. It's called the Lake Superior block. It's the next star. It is turquoise. I had posted what mine looks like. This one is super fun. And it's actually a version of what we just did, just in a little bit of a smaller scale. So you're going from a 4.5 inch unfinished to a 3.5 inch finished. But it's basically the same steps. And then you're just going to be flipping. And I can't wait to show you this. This one's super fun. This is actually one of my favorite blocks to work with because it has a lot of versatility. And then if you put it on point, you get an entirely different look. So be on the lookout for a pattern that I have coming this fall for that. So yeah, that's the block, the Lake Superior block. I will be posting that. It seems like everybody is anxious. So actually, I'm going to put out a poll. Let's take a poll now and see what everybody thinks. And then I'll do an official poll on the page. Would everybody like me to pre-release all of the blocks? Or do you kind of like just having it once a month? Let me know in the comments, because I'm trying to debate if I should just put them out and let the people who like to work ahead. The only thing I would ask is that you don't show your block until that month. So I'm kind of like, kicking that around. Aw, your 4-month-old granddaughter. That's so cute. All right, let me know, pre-post or once a month. Okay, I got one for once a month. Okay, Deb, once a month. Maybe I am going to just keep it once a month. That will allow for people to not work ahead. And if you would really, really like to work ahead, we can make an arrangement, but I would just ask that you be conscious of everybody else and not post until the actual month that it goes. So, Cassandra, if you would like to work ahead, just privately message me. We could work something out. But again, I would just ask that you don't pre-post anything. Winter is definitely a great, great time to, to work on quilting and be locked in. For sure. Does anybody have anything special going on today? I personally, I'm going after I'm done filming here, and then I'm done doing my second tutorial of the day in my other group, Come Sew With Me. I am going to the Robert Sewing Center to drop off my passing through quilt because I'm going to be teaching this in March. Actually, I will put a link in the bio once this is done. We haven't posted the classes yet, but if you are local or you are going to be in Illinois and you would like to take this class with me, you can. So the class, you will get the actual magazine, which this was published in the December issue of American Patchwork and Quilting, and you'll be with me for a couple hours, and it's super fun. And I don't know if you all know this, but Robert Sewing Center is in Sherwood. I believe that's the Sherwood, Illinois. They are the largest quilt shop in Illinois. They have over 100,000 SKUs of fabric, which is absolutely crazy. It's a beautiful shop. Everybody is so friendly and so nice, and they don't ever get rid of things. So they're the place that I go when I'm trying to find something that's been discontinued. They almost always have it, and it's just so nice going through their little archive and be like, oh my God, this is great. I actually found a really beautiful fabric that I was working with years ago. It was a Robert Kaufman. It was before they came out with Essex linens. It was another one. It was like a textural, and it was the exact color. It didn't have a different dye lot. So I bought what was left on the bolt. Yeah, so that's super fun. I love that place. But how about you guys? Are you sewing anything? Are you working on anything? Ooh, actually, let me show you what I'm working on. You guys will love it. Okay. So I have a new pattern coming out in May for H&H, which I will be at It's in May. It's the first week of May. If you guys do get to come into Chicago, so this year H&H has opened it up to the public. So the first 3 days is open to the public. You can come in and meet your favorite designers. You could shop with us. We'll have our mobile shops. Everything's going to be great. So I have this new pattern coming out, and it's called Star Dance Harvest. I made it with my wonderful friend Renee Nanneman's cottage cloth, and I'm using Midnight Moon from Andover. It's a really pretty, like, fall, Halloweenish type thing. And then in July at the Quilted Cow down in Missouri, I will be teaching this. I believe my dates are the 18th. I will post that at the end. If you guys are down there and you've been to the Quilted Cow Raymore, come in, take the class with me. We'll be posting that soon. But I'd like to show you the quilt. So these are my orange blocks. And when I tell you that this is easier than it looks, you would be surprised, okay? So basically what you do is you take a half rectangle, you sew your pieces together, press to one side. And then on the opposite side, you cut it in half and then sew it back together with your background fabric. Each one of these blocks has a different center, but this is the orange one. These are so fun, and it comes together. And the great part about this is it is what I like to call a fabric efficient quilt. Because you are cutting this piece in half down this way, you end up with 2 blocks at a time. You end up with two quilts. Oh my God, I can't talk today. 2 quilts, just opposite colors. So you are getting 2 for the price of 1. So that's super exciting to me. And I figured it out as I was going, and I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be great for people because they can pull from their stash or go out and buy, and they will be able to do that. So be on the lookout for this. So that's that block. In each colorway, there are 4 different color blocks. So this is the same block in the orange, but different colorway. See, I did the dark and the light inverted, which I love it. This plaid on point. I mean, look at how perfect that is. Is that not gorgeous? And then, I mean, since we're talking about color, why not? This is a perfect segue for color. And this is the second one. Or the third one, excuse me. With the little moons and those little, just so pretty. All right. And now, this one is pearl. This uses a template, but it's a 3.5 inch drunkard's path. But look at how beautiful it makes those pieces. That's how it goes. I mean, look at that. Is that not beautiful? And this is the color Pearl from Renee Nanneman. And then, obviously, this is Midnight Moon. And this is block 2 with gray and light orange. Sorry, I'll turn it back that way. Isn't it really beautiful, Cindy? It's just so gorgeous. And when I tell you that this comes together so quickly, I started this when did I start this? Last Saturday, because I was at my friend's retreat, and I am almost done. All of my blocks are done except for the black ones, which I'm going to get to momentarily. And you would be surprised because you're assembly line sewing and you're making 2 at a time. So you just, you rock right through it. And here's the next one with the light or the dark and the medium. I love this print. It is so pretty. And this line is available now in shops, so you can get it. It's called Midnight Moon. If you are planning on taking this this class with me, or if you're going to tune in, I'm probably going to do a tutorial on each one of these. As a matter of fact, I will. I just don't know when. It'll probably be closer to May when I do this. So then you can. And then, let me know if this is something you would like me to kit. I mean, if everybody would like it in a kit, I could make these super easy, because this takes a fat quarter bundle and then the background fabric, in which I would call the 3 accents. It takes little to no fabric. So it's really not, Shelly, it's not complicated at all. I promise you, it's so much simpler than you think. And don't forget, everyone, type birthday so you have a chance to win the layer cake. I'll show that again shortly. And so now I'm on to the black stars, and this is them. It's a friendship star in the middle, and then the points. Here, one more. I'll flip it that way. But yeah, these are it. This is so pretty, and this is called Charcoal from Renee Nanaman. She does a beautiful job, guys. Go to your local shop. I promise you, if you could find cottage cloth from Renee, you will love it. I have also in this post, I posted a link to her page so you could buy her cottage cloth. It is absolutely beautiful and so nice to work with. You would be so surprised at how much you're going to love it. And it comes in an array of colors. So she has cottage cloth 1, cottage cloth 2, and now her cottage cloth 3 comes out in April. So I'm so excited for her third wave of the colors to come in. It's like my new favorite blender. So, but that's it. Yeah, I will definitely kit it, because I can get the fabric fairly easily. So no problem. All right. Does anybody have any more questions for me? How's everybody feeling today? How's the weather by you? This is like talking to an old friend, so let's do it. Ugh. I'm really excited. All right, here, I'll show it again for those who are just tuning in now. This is the layer cake that I will be raffling off at 5 o'clock today. It is so pretty. As you can see, it's got all these beautiful tones. And it has some pinks and some greens and yellows. It's just gorgeous. As you can see the back. It's printed. It's from Mac Hour from Andover. In the UK, the fabric is butter. When I tell you, it cuts beautifully. So I hope the tutorial was helpful. I hope that the way that I did it was very helpful for you. We are warm in Oregon. Oh, I wish it was 45. It's snowing and cold here. And we have a winter storm advisory. They're talking up to 24 inches of snow in Chicago. I am not looking forward to it. So I don't mind the cold so much as I mind the snow now. Being a winter baby my whole life, I loved the winter and I loved the snow. And now as an adult, I'm like, no bueno. It's not good. I don't have to be out there shoveling. And and no kids these days go door to door like I did when I was a kid. I would go door to door and I would shovel my neighbor's walk for like $5 or $10 and I would clean up. Nobody wants to help out anymore. I would be out there hustling. Oh man. So yeah. Honky buckets, Batman. Oh, my jug. I know, it's huge and it's pretty. So, all right. So let's see. Any more questions for me? All right. Well, I guess I will let everybody go and get back to your Friday. Thank you so much for tuning in to the first tutorial. I really appreciate it. Next month is March. I'm going to try to get it out prior to. probably the end of February. I am at a retreat, so it might be a little bit later in the month, maybe on the 5th or 6th, because I will be at Okoboji at Susan Brown's tutorial, at Susan Brown's retreat that she hosts, her spring retreat at Okoboji. And it's super fun. I'm there just as a spectator. So if you want to go, I'll put the link in. She still has a few seats left. If you just want to come and hang out with me and sew, you're more than welcome to. I will be there as Michael Nardi, not in a Bryn Mawr Quilts capacity. So if you're looking to just kind of hang out and sew with me, please come and see me. So I hope everybody has a beautiful weekend. Thank you for tuning in. And then I will be posting the winner of the layer cake at 5 p.m. on our page. I will tag you in that, and then I will private message you that you were the winner, and I'll get your shipping address, and we'll go from there. So thank you so much. Don't forget to smash that button and like the video, and then type in birthday. You can enter this until 5 o'clock when I pull the drawing. So at 5 o'clock, I will be doing the drawing. It's an automatic system that Facebook does. So it's going to pull a name at random. As long as you type in birthday in the comments, you will have time. So for those of you who are working and want to watch it later, you're going to be able to do that and enter the contest. So thank you so much for joining this group. It melts my heart. We are at 650 members, which is amazing. I couldn't be happier and just so humbled. And I'm glad to bring this to you all. And who doesn't love spending a year together and working on a free pattern that was curated for you? So thank you so much, everybody. I hope you have a beautiful day. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my day. I got to film one more and then, have my birthday. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I love you all. Happy quilting and God bless. See you soon. Mwah.